Welcome back, everyone, to the Creatia Conversation, your number one news source for all that nerdish on Pornhub. I'm your host, of course, this Wednesday afternoon during lunchtime, the Pornhub Poppy, the Sultan Spitter Swallow, Daddy Delgado, aka SESvince. And joining me today is my co-host and probably the person I love on this planet almost as much as my girlfriend. That is, of course, the Will Gray, a mark by choice. No, a chef by trade and a mark by choice. I almost messed that up. How are you doing, Will?
Hola, Poppy. As we determined right before air, we are heterosexual life mates.
Yes,
So
I like that.
I love you the same. I'm good. I'm tired. I literally just woke up like 20 minutes ago. So here I am in all my glory. Let's talk about some nerdish.
I love it, love it. By the way, Matt's in the chat too. Hi, Matt. I see that you saying hello too. Yeah, man. Let's talk all that nerd-ish. We're currently live, guys. If you're not listening to us or watching us live, but we are live right now on youtube.com/Creatia World. It is free over there to give us a subscription and a like button. So go ahead and give us a like, turn on the bell notification so you know when we go live with the Creatia Conversation, because we will be going live again later on today at, I want to say, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. No, 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, 4 p.m. Eastern. Travis is going to be here with Will and Bridget. They're going to be live reacting to the state of play that's going to be showcased today. So I'm very much excited for that. I don't know if I'll be allowed to be in it because I'll be at work. So I'm not sure if I'll be allowed to multitask for that, but we'll be live right here on youtube.com /Creatia World. So go ahead and turn on bell notifications now. Do it anyways, even if you're not going to be here.
Yeah.
You can also subscribe to us over at twitch.tv/Creatia World. It helps us greatly. And if you have Twitch, Prime Gaming, if you have Amazon Prime, you have Prime Gaming, which means you can link it with your Twitch gaming account and get a free subscription every single month. So go ahead and give us that support there. If not, just give us a follow because that's free as well. So yeah, we're live both on Twitch and YouTube. So don't forget that for always. In the meantime, Will, it's been a minute. I haven't podcasted with you since we were live right here on Creatia Conversations YouTube, talking Spitter Swallow, WWE draft, Fallout, like the supplemental draft stuff. How you been, man?
I'm well. It's been way too long. I don't like when I have to go this long without doing a show with you. It's been a good, busy couple weeks in both wrestling and otherwise.
Yeah, what you been up to? I know. Obviously, you're the host of Bosh Boss and Chair Shots, obviously, but I know you've been consumed gaming wise with a specific game. How's that treating you?
Tears of the Kingdom. I've decided that it might be the best Legends of Zelda all time. It's not my favorite. I don't think it's going to overtake Ocarina of Time just because of the nostalgia of what it meant for me when it came out. But Tears of the Kingdom, literally, it doesn't matter what you want to do. I feel like I should have had an engineering degree to be able to play this game at this point. Like, I'm watching people's TikToks and stuff, and I'm like, you're not even playing the same game I am. These guys are building mechs and like armored tanks and stuff.
Right.
And they're plowing through Hyrule, and I'm walking around with like a rock on a stick, and I'm like, yes. I'm not qualified enough for the game, but it's maybe the best Zelda that's ever came out.
Okay, all right. I'm glad to hear that you say that, man, because you've been looking forward to this game for like months, weeks on end while we were here on Creatia Conversation. Every little tidbit of news of it, Tears of the Kingdom, you just been very invested in it. So I'm glad you're just enjoying the game, man.
It was worth the $80 price tag. That was the big hit. It was $80. Going into it, a lot of people were like, a Nintendo game, and Nintendo exclusive at that. Not even like, okay, you'll buy it on Nintendo, but you could also get like the PS5 like souped up graphics version. No, this is just a Nintendo exclusive, and it was $80 for the basic version, not an updated or like. But Nintendo said that what you get is like 100% of the game. There will be DLCs, but the DLCs that are coming out are so under development. They didn't release a partial game so we would buy DLCs later. So they charged us more up front to give us everything. And now when we do get the DLCs and add-ons, it's just going to be bonus shit added after the fact.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
I mean, great game.
Have you been watching anything interesting on Apple TV Plus?
I just finished Severance.
Okay.
Severance was super cool. I just started Shameless.
Shameless, really?
It's on Netflix. It's out. It's been forever. It used to be a Showtime show. I think there's
Yes,
10 or
I
11
recall.
seasons.
Yeah.
Never got into it. Frank Gallagher and those crazy guys.
Mm-hmm.
Surprisingly good. It's about a family falling apart. I thought it was hilarious. So I'm super into Shameless right now. That's my big guilty pleasure show that I'm watching.
All right, that's cool. I'm into that. Right. I've always seen it because I've always had like cable, and I would always see Shameless being advertised. But I don't know, it just never seemed like something for me. But I never thought House MD would be that show for me, and it's been one of my favorite shows. I actually didn't like The Office beforehand, and I'm wearing the Dunder Mifflin hat currently as we speak.
The
So I
Office is
mean,
my favorite show of all time.
which one?
The Office.
Ah,
It's hands down my favorite TV show.
the best. It's the best. I don't know. As for me, well, I've been still like watching my Young Justice. I'm in the knee deep of season 2, which is perfect timing because this is when they're not the Kree. I forget what the fuck they're called, but like the aliens that build the Blue Beetle armor, like the Scarab, they come and invade, and they're trying to like make it seem like they're like these peacekeeping aliens, and they're here to protect everyone because right now everyone's currently like afraid or doesn't trust the Justice League at the moment, and they were mind controlled or something. It's a long thing. It's a long thing. But Blue Beetle is being highlighted specifically in this season, and it's perfect timing because the Blue Beetle movie is coming out. So it gets me reinvested into Blue Beetle. So that's what I've been watching currently. We took a pause from House because just work and everything. Like Melissa just wants to come home and just watch something to de-stress and not like actually focus on something. So we actually haven't had a chance to do that. But I'm still knee deep in Fast and Furious. I just finished Tokyo Drift. I think I mentioned that before. I haven't started the fourth film. So my goal is to watch every single Fast and Furious movie before this weekend so that I can go see Fast X and not be a complete like other noob. Because Melissa wants to go see it because she loves the Fast movies. She loves the Transformers movies. But yeah, so that's what I've been watching. In terms of playing, I did something different. I was playing my Pokemon Silver, and I saw that apparently you can like do some kind of glitch where you can get every single starter Pokemon. So I tested out that theory, and I didn't want to get all 3 starters, but I do have two of the 3 starters. So I have a Totodile and I have a Cyndaquil. The Totodile, since it's a alligator Pokemon, I decided to name him Brody.
Nice.
Because Gator Roll, Brody Lee, Luke Harper. I still kept the Cyndaquil being called Glenn because Glenn Jacobs, Kane, Fire. I Hootie Hoo for my Hoot Hoot. I went ahead and got that. I caught a Marie, which is a sheep, and I called it Wyatt. I thought it was apropos. And currently, I'm looking for a hair cross because it's a Blue Beetle. I'm gonna name him Jaime because that's the name of like the Blue Beetle character. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. So I'm back at that point where I'm getting ready to like face Whitney again in the 3rd gym. I'm not sure how in depth you are in Pokemon lore or in those games at all, but I feel like I'm just throwing names and you may or may not know what I'm talking about.
I know what some of those words mean.
Okay.
Hands down. I know what a Hootie Hoo is. I loved Master P.
But I mentioned Blue Beetle, and I just saw this right now. This came from Fandango's official Twitter account, and they released like a still image of like the Blue Beetle from the movie. So as we can see right here, let's see. So yeah, so that's a shot from the Blue Beetle, and honestly, I'm very like impressed with like everything I've seen from Blue Beetle in terms of like the suits, the CGI. It looks great, it looks fantastic, it looks comic accurate, and I love it. I can't wait to see it.
It's very strong Mega Man vibes looking at that
picture. Right. That's what I get to with like the cannon and stuff from his hand. Yeah, no, it's great stuff, man, for sure. But yeah, I just wanted to share that real quick because like 2 of the things that I've been watching / playing relate to Blue Beetle, so thought I'd share it. But aside from that, we do got some news to cover, so it's that time. of the show. Wait, where's the banner? There you go. It's newsy time. I'm not gonna sing it. No, I can't sing it. My throat's been bothering me for a couple weeks. I've been having a bad cough. I can't do it justice. Okay. You can sing it if you like.
Newsy time.
There you go. Good? It was close. Fantastic. It was
I'm no Mara the Shark, but it was okay.
No. Shout out to the homie Just and the homie Just and Jalen on the beat. They're both in here. Shout out to everyone. So yeah, let's actually talk some news. We've been chit chatting for a while, and we probably do that for hours, honestly. So let's start off with the lead title of today's episode: Megan Fox and Travis Scott joining Mortal Kombat 1? So a wild new rumor. By the way, this is an article coming from thecomicbook.com, written by Logan Moore. So go ahead and give that a click if you want more insight on it. A wild new rumor has claimed that actress Megan Fox and rapper Travis Scott will both be appearing in Mortal Kombat 1. This past week, NetherRealm Studios formally revealed Mortal Kombat 1 and confirmed that it would be launching later this year. In doing so, it also unveiled that famed martial artist expert Jean-Claude Van Damme would also appear in the fighting game as an alternate skin for the character Johnny Cage. Now it seems that Van Damme's involvement in MK1 might not end up being the only celebrity cameo in the title. According to Sacred Symbols host Colin Moriarty, both Megan and Travis Scott will be featured in Mortal Kombat 1 in some capacity. Moriarty himself doesn't know what this collaboration might look like, but he noted that the source that previously informed him of Van Damme's inclusion prior to its official reveal said that Fox and Scott would also show up in some capacity. As such, it seems like this source has a fair amount of credibility. And this is a quote from him. The person who told me Jean-Claude Van Damme was in Mortal Kombat 1 before it was announced, this was told to me over a week ago, said that Megan Fox and Travis Scott are also in the game. Moriarty simply said he went on to note that he has no idea how accurate this information could be, but still shared this rumor with listeners as there could be some validity to what he was told. Although this might sound like an asinine idea at first, it could make a bit more sense upon further examination. In the past, Fox herself has said that she's a big fan of Mortal Kombat and that at one point revealed that she would love to play Katana in one of the franchise's film adaptations. Scott, on the other hand, has always been a big fan of video games and has previously had his own digital concert with Fortnite. So while this all could end up happening in MK1, it's still worth stressing that you got to take this rumor with a grain of salt now. So the rest of Justin from Kit Show is very excited about Jean-Claude Van Damme being an alternate skin for Johnny Cage. So yeah, Megan Fox, Travis Scott. The Megan Fox one doesn't surprise me too much because if she's just like gonna be like an alternate skin for like, let's say, Melina or Katana, I think it makes all the sense in the world, especially since Melina and Katana are essentially like Melina's essentially like Katana's clone. Yeah. So they should be looking similar anyways. Travis Scott, I mean, why not? You know, maybe some of his songs get into the game. I like Travis Scott. He hasn't done anything to make me turn away from him. He gives me goosebumps every time.
That's clever, because of the song, right?
Yes. What are your thoughts on this, Will?
Well, you and I have very differing opinions on Travis Scott. That's for sure, apparently. But we'll get there.
Right.
I love Mortal Kombat. It takes me back to being a kid. One of my earliest video game memories is going to Opryland. It used to be an amusement park here in Nashville. Now it's a fucking mall. But there was a huge arcade, like the old school quarter arcades. And I remember being a kid and sneaking in with my much older cousins and playing Mortal Kombat. But because it was rated M and it was, the older I was told I wasn't allowed to play it. So being able to play Mortal Kombat then was cool. Being able to play Mortal Kombat as late 30s, Will, still super cool. Yes. It gives you that perfect button masher. You don't have to be good at it. You just have to be okay at it. And you can still be successful. It's a fun game. Always has cool stories. Me and Travis Scott, on the other hand, I've not been so keen on him since that whole festival thing that happened a few years ago. Like, I've been to some really shady music festivals, but I've never had an artist continue to play music over the crowd getting stomped to death. I mean, but I don't yuck any yum, so I guess he's into
that. I mean that's a black cloud over his resume for sure. But I don't know. I mean, it's interesting to see what capacity they'll be in there. Travis Scott's, like it was stated in the article, he had his virtual concert in Fortnite. He is a big gamer, so as long as it's people that are invested in the series, like, look, I didn't like that Ronda was the voice actor of Sonya Blade in Mortal Kombat. What was it, 11?
Correct.
No, was it? Yeah, Mortal Kombat 11. Yes, in the latest Mortal Kombat, she was the voice actor, and she just didn't fit the role. It just sounded like Ronda Rousey and didn't give me any Sonya Blade feels.
That's because everything she does is just her being Ronda Rousey, and nobody seems to like it.
No, 100% not. But as long as they're not voice actors or stuff like that, like as long as you're just alternate skins, that'd be cool. Or just like, I don't know, like a random ass like let's say hypothetically Travis Scott is a playable character in Mortal Kombat 1. Now, if you're like, well, and you don't have warm feelings about Travis Scott, he doesn't give you goosebumps, you can fatality him at the end of your fight. So it's a win-win, honestly. So we'll see. I'm just interested. I thought it was a random ass thing that threw out there, but hey.
His digital concert in Fortnite, though, was fire. That happened before all of the nonsense.
Yeah.
But they do a thing where they put you on an island and there's a band performing in digital form. Mm-hmm. And you can't kill each other, but you can go to this island and like run around and jump around and do Fortnite stuff while listening to an exclusive live concert of an artist. Travis Scott's did one. Kid Laroi did one. Justin Bieber did one. And I mean, I'm not really a fan of anybody outside of Travis Scott, really. Justin Bieber's not my cup of tea, but it was still cool because they're exclusive content and you get cool in-game stuff for doing them.
Am I mistaken, or wasn't Ariana Grande another celebrity, an artist that had a concert in Fortnite, or was that someone else?
She did. I didn't do hers, but all of these people have. Kid Cudi's another one, a great example of it. He was super successful, and they all got Fortnite skins and packs and stuff. So it's cool.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm here for it.
Justin also says maybe Scott and Fox and MK is kind of butterfly effect. Wonder what butterfly effect that was and what triggered it. Or is this the triggering butterfly effect? It's going to trickle down into creating more stuff. So we'll see. I'm still looking forward to Mortal Kombat. It's my favorite fighting game. So aside from Spider-Man 2, which I'm hoping gets more announcements later on the state of play with PlayStation later on today, I mean, those are the two games I'm most looking forward to. Definitely. So from roster inclusions to roster cuts, WWE roster cuts are expected to happen before Money in the Bank will. This also coming from comicbook.com from Liam Crowley. So you gotta, again, everything, these are all rumors and stuff like that. So we got to see what happens here. At the end of quarter one, every year typically signals for spring cleaning for major businesses across the globe, and WWE has been no stranger to that trend. WWE has held mass releases on the regular over the past decade, with the months of April and October being home to massive cuts across the company. April 2020 and April 2021 were both infamous time periods for this, as WWE released dozens of talents in the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, barring a couple exceptions. WWE has largely retained its roster since, even bolstering it through 2022, bringing multiple formerly released names back to the company. That could be changing sooner than later, according to WrestleVotes via Gimme Sports. A minor batch of releases within WWE is expected to come prior to July 1st. The report noted that these cuts would be due to the circumstances that the company finds themselves in right now, a la the impending sale to Endeavor. These reported imminent releases would be the first batch of talent cuts since Paul Triple H Levesque took over as WWE Chief Content Officer. The only wrestlers to be cut since Triple H's creative tenure began are NXT's Mandy Rose, Bodie Hayward of Chase U, Sloane Jacobs, Erica Yan, Damaris Griffin, and Ru Feng. As previously mentioned, Triple H has been responsible for rehiring numerous cut stars from past years, including NXT standouts such as Karen Cross, Hit Row, Bronson Reed, and Dakota Kai, even though most of them haven't hit, if any of them have hit. It's also worth noting that WWE's lack of new signings in 2023 was due to a hiring freeze throughout the company. As of April, that hiring freeze was still in effect. WWE reportedly sought top free agents such as Jay White and Nick Aldis, but ultimately passed on them due to the edict. White and Aldis have since inked deals with AEW and Impact Wrestling, respectively. There's no word on when these releases would come sporadically before July 1st or all at once. In the past, WWE has done the majority of its cuts all on one day, July 1st. It's also notable due to the fact that WWE Money in the Bank takes place on that very date. This signals that WWE will likely make those cuts well before July 1st, as releases usually do come on the day of the WWE show, let alone a premium live event. Yeah, they've done that in the past, where while they're doing a live event, or like the last time they did cuts, it was during Raw. So like that's what they were doing, So like people are talking about Raw, and like some of the backlash of the releases don't come heavily their way, but they still get them anyway. This doesn't sound surprising to me because obviously with the merger, not the merger, the sell to of WWE, there's too many roster members currently, and many of them that aren't being used, like such as Los Lotharios was being talked about by Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer, that they're there but they're not being used. They haven't really done anything since. The last time we saw them, they were like in the battle royal for the number one contendership of the IC title.
They were doing that Kiss Cam segment thing. Like they haven't been used a lot since.
No, they went over to SmackDown and then they just kind of been forgotten about. You got guys like, let's say, Sheldon Benjamin and Cedric Alexander, who are technically free agents and can go on either show, but that's mostly because they don't know what to do with them. So they're like, let's just freely just have them somewhere. Then there's also members such as Akira Tozawa, who, as much as I love and are very talented and are great comedic wrestlers, just aren't very much highlighted. And with so many NXT talents being brought up in this latest the WWE brand split draft, I used to quote brand split because it's very loosely used.
They're not real.
It's not real. It's a figment of our imaginations, honestly. So this doesn't sound surprising. It doesn't sound too alarming for me. I kind of like expected something like this to happen at some point, especially at the rate that Triple H was signing people. The big thing here for me, Will, is that they had a freeze, like company-wise, of signing talent, which is why they didn't go after a Jay White or a Nick Aldis, who both would fit the WWE system, especially Nick Aldis. I feel like he's tailor-made for WWE.
I think that the big takeaway, if everybody had nerded up like I did when the Endeavor deal started, Endeavor suggested that WWE make $50 million worth of budget cuts over the next 12 months.
Right.
It's going to be tough to cut, $50 million worth of water coolers and catering. So as much as it sucks and you never want to see somebody lose their job, they're absolutely right. It's time for some spring cleaning. Let's cut some of these guys loose. And the beauty in being an independent contractor is, yes, they're going to get hit with a 90-day non-compete. So they're going to get paid between 10 and 50% of their contract worth over the next 90 days. And then what they're going to do is they'll be cut free to go do whatever they want. Mandy Rose and Matt Cardona, and there's been a handful of other guys that have shown if you're on a small to mid-tier WWE contract and you handle your bookings correctly, you can make more money on the indies.
Yeah,
there's been people that have been successful doing it. So some of these guys might be better fit to get out of the WWE machine to head to an Impact or to head to an AEW or an MLW or an NWA. There's lots of good wrestling out there. It doesn't only come from Connecticut anymore.
Yeah, I forget the name of the dude, but he was one of the Forgotten Sons. I forgot about him. And now he's the TNA World Champion. The Impact World Champion.
Steve Macklin.
He's the Impact World Champion. Steve Cutler. Yeah. He was Steve Cutler. There you go.
Yeah, he was Cutler. He was Cutler in WWE's Macklin and Impact. Yeah.
Yeah, I remembered it was Cutler because I'm a Bears fan, so like Jay Cutler. So that's why I remember the last name.
Man.
Yeah. So
Jay Cutler went to Vandy.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, so I don't know. So those are some news. So look out for that within the next month or so. All right, well, more negative company moves, I guess, or happenings. This is coming from Netflix, and they chose the perfect time to do so because obviously yesterday they HBO Max launched their new streaming platform Max, which honestly, like, I downloaded it on my PS5 and it's exactly the same shit. The only thing is that it runs a little bit slower now because it's a new app and it's integrating everything. I don't understand why they didn't just change the branding of HBO Max to just Max and then just add everything they wanted to add. That seemed like such the easier way to go about things, but the fuck do I know, right? So while that was happening, Netflix decided to announce that the extra member tiers and the first step of US password sharing crackdown. So they decided to do that, just like WWE decides to do their budget cuts during the WWE show. Netflix decided to do the similar thing here, right? So this is an article coming from IGN, written by Alex Stedma. So go ahead and check that out over there. Netflix has announced that its increased measures to prevent account password sharing will begin going into effect in the US today, May 23rd, yesterday on the 23rd. The streaming giant said US accounts who are suspect of password sharing will receive an email today, which you can read in full below. They'll have the email and stuff like that, which says in part, your Netflix account is for you and the people you live with. Your you householder, like it doesn't actually address the name of the person. It also announced the option to add an additional user to an existing Netflix account, allowing someone outside of your household to use your membership, but it'll cost an extra $7.99 monthly per additional user. At that point, just get your own Netflix account. Netflix expands further on the new feature on its help page, which explains that the account owners now have the option of buying other slots for someone outside their household. While this extra member will have their own profile and password, their slot will be paid for by the owner of the account. They also must activate their account in the same country as the account's owners and cannot create additional profiles. Additionally, Netflix highlighted its new transfer profile feature, which will allow anyone using someone else's account to move their current profile onto a new account. Password sharing, which sees a single account holder share their login details with several other households, has been a target of Netflix for a while. The company said in January that it was preparing to begin converting borrowers and later revealed new premium features available to subscribers. Netflix did cause a bit of confusion in February, however, as it's announced its method of blocking password sharing before walking back its statement. Regardless, it said that in April that it would be cracking down on these shared accounts by the end of June, and we now know exactly when and how it will be doing so. So, essentially, now what's going to happen, guys, is let's say you have your Netflix account, which I don't. It's Melissa's Netflix account. She has her Netflix account, and in it, she shares it with her uncle and her sister that don't live with us in the same household. So I'm assuming what's going to happen there is that her uncle and her sister aren't going to be allowed to use that account, and they're just going to be blocked off. And if they want to use Melissa's Netflix account, Melissa's going to have to pay an additional $7.99 for each additional account, and they will have their account and stuff like that, but they can't create other profiles in said account, which just kind of like makes it futile for you to like just share your Netflix account, which is essentially what they want to do, and have Melissa's sister and her uncle get their own Netflix account. Because if you're paying $7.99, you might as well just have them get their own Netflix. So yeah, it's finally here. Will the crackdown on the password chain is finally here.
Download Tunnel Bear.
Tunnel Bear?
Yeah, it's a VPN. You just download Tunnel Bear, and then you drop a pin wherever the house is that the person you share your account with before you open Netflix. And when it does is it mirrors and ghosts your IP address to look like it's coming from the house of wherever that person is.
Let me ask you a question. Is that only for laptop and desktop users, right?
No, Tunnel Bear, they've got a mobile version of it where you can. A lot of people use it for Pokemon Go.
Okay.
So that way you can drop a pin in the middle of Times Square and not actually be in Times Square to get Pokestops and exclusive stuff like that. VPNs are also handy if you do anything on the dark web. I've read about it. I'm not sure what that even means, but VPNs are really handy if you've got to go somewhere like that. So that way it doesn't ping you to one specific spot.
Gotcha.
But the handy thing about that is you can drop your pin exactly where you want to be. So if you and I shared a Netflix account, but we had to be in the same house, I would drop my pin at your apartment and it would look like I was opening Netflix from your apartment.
Right. Matt says, I have lots of things I want to share with Vince. My Netflix accounts is the least of those things.
Me and you password share Vince is what we do, Matt.
Yeah, there you go. Apparently you're sharing me as well, along with Melissa. So the three of you guys are sharing. So maybe I need to crack down and have you guys pay $7.99 a month just to share me.
just to get my extra slot is what you're saying.
Yeah, get your extra slot, your extra profile on there. So there's that. I don't know. Me personally, I don't really use Netflix anymore. I think the last thing I was watching on Netflix was the Power Rangers special, and that was it. I don't need it. I use Max now since it's not HBO Max. I use Peacock obviously for WWE and The Office. I have Amazon Prime Video for House and Jackie Chan Adventures, and then obviously Hulu is the main one. Matt says, "Look at those lips," and then he also says, "You are worth at least $9.99." Thank you for the additional $2. Honestly, they go a long way in today's economy. They go a long way. But yeah, I don't know. This sucks for people that actually like using Netflix. Like Melissa does use her Netflix, so I mean, she's not going to be impacted. I think she gets it for free with her T-Mobile family plan. So I don't know. I don't know what that's going to look like. We'll see. I'll have an update maybe next week and then see if that impacted her sister or her uncle at all.
Can I shoot my shot?
On what?
This won't be around by the end of the year. They'll backtrack this.
Oh, 100%. Probably.
They'll pull back because people are going to hate it.
You know what this is going to be like? It's kind of like the immigration ban that Florida did, and then all the immigrants leave, and then now they have no laborers to work on the crop fields.
Did you see the videos of the fields that are like dying?
Yes.
And, like the crops that are just laying in a field dead now because there's nobody there to work the fields, and these farmers are like, we can't do anything.
The empty construction sites, it's like it's great. We don't support Florida, and we're not going to support Netflix apparently. So it all goes hand in hand. Something else that's being hindered in its whatever something else is being hindered is Marvel's Echo, because Marvel's Echo reportedly was deemed unreleasable by Marvel Studios. So this is an article coming from Epic Streams, and it's an article written by Michael Baculiano. I don't know. Baculineo. There you go. Michael, yeah. It's written by Mike.
Oh, Mike.
Yeah. Good old Mike. So this article it reads as follows. Last week, in a shocking move, Marvel Studios announced that they are releasing all episodes of Echo at the same time this November. Fans were surprised by the move since MCU shows usually have weekly releases, and it made them wonder why a decision was made for the specifics. Kevin Feige reportedly called Echo unreleasable prior to reshoots, so they had to do full-on reshoots. During a recent episode of the Hot Mic podcast, reporter Jeff Snyder offered a potential explanation regarding why Echo has a different release strategy than the other MCU shows. He claimed that the series was having behind-the-scenes issues during its initial production, and Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige was unhappy and called it unreleasable prior to the reshoots. I heard the show was kind of plagued by issues throughout production. I heard that it was a mess, that the show came in so bad that they basically had to reshoot the entire thing, he said. I'm told that they originally shot 8 episodes and Kevin thought it was unreleasable, so they talked about cutting it down to 4 or 6 in post. Snyder also added they ended up reshooting it, so my source actually didn't know how many episodes they wind it up with. A lot of fans online have also theorized that the quality may have something to do with their decision to release all the episodes at once, and perhaps Marvel wants to minimize the buzz by making it part of the conversation for just a short amount of time. it is hard to tell right now whether Snyder's report ends up being true, and fans will definitely give their verdict once the series is out this fall. So, and then it goes on to talk about Echo. What will we see Echo, the character, in the MCU going forward? Will she play a major factor? Yada yada. Click on the article, check it out over there. So yeah, the big shocker there is that they're going to release all the episodes at once in November, which I mean, I'm not opposed to because I like binge watching as opposed to weekly watching. I've gotten accustomed to a certain way of lifestyle, and I don't think I can go back. Yeah, I don't think I can go back, Will, unfortunately. And I don't know. I mean, it's interesting. It is what it is. We'll see what happens here, but I don't think anyone's really too looking forward to Echo. Maybe even Agatha, the Agatha show, whatever it was called, Covens, something like that. Those are the two shows that people are like, oh, why do we need these spinoffs? They were the ones that were ridiculed a little bit more. So maybe it's that bad and they just want to release it all at once. I mean, we know that Loki is going to be released every single Friday once it premiere. So it might just be like it was that bad, or maybe they fear that people aren't going to care about Echo, so they're going to release them all at once. I don't know.
Echo may be part of this quality over quantity thing too. Disney Plus, and and they've said going into Phase 5 that they're not going to be putting out the mass of content they were. They're going to hone it in and do a little bit more finite list and make sure that it's all 100 out of 10 versus 500 things that are all 5 out of 10.
Right.
So I think this might be part of it. They might have just cut their losses and realized, okay, Echo's not going to do what we thought it would. Mm-hmm. We reshot what we could to get a releasable product, and now we're just going to give it to them and then wait 6 months and then say we're not bringing it back for season 2.
Right, exactly. The only thing I'm interested about Echo is that supposedly Charlie Cox's Daredevil is gonna be in the show, and that's gonna play a factor into
the new movie coming out, the new Daredevil, right?
The new Daredevil Born Again 18 episode series. So that's the only reason why I kind of want to, is because we're gonna get a little bit of Daredevil, a little bit of like an appetizer, a little sample size of Daredevil. So that's why I'm interested. Also, too, I kind of want to know what the fuck happened to Kingpin's eye. Did he lose it? Is he wearing an eye patch? Does he have a cyberized eye? Did he get like a fake eye from Rocket, just like Thor did in Infinity War? Like what's going on here? I need to know. Did she miss the shot altogether and just like chip his ear off or something? I don't know. I'm just curious to know Wilson Fisk's fate.
We need to know, people.
Yeah. And like I said, Will, I'm accustomed to a certain way of lifestyle, and we're not able to do that if it wasn't for our sponsors. So we're going to take this time to plug our sponsors real quick. If I can get the video up in time.
I love the video.
Yes, it's a great video.
Then it's time to check out Adam and Eve. Because you see, Adam and Eve is the leading adult toy store that offers a wide range of products to help you explore your sexual desires. Whether you're looking for something to use solo or with a partner, they have everything you need to satisfy your cravings. From vibrators to lingerie, bondage gear to lubricants, AdamandEve.com has it all. And the best part, you can shop with confidence, knowing that all their products are of high quality and backed by a 100% satisfaction guarantee. That means whether you bought a dildo, sex swing, penis ring, vibrator, anal sex toy, bondage toy, couples toy, lube, or accessory, you can get a refund within 90 days if you're not 100% satisfied. No questions asked. And right now, as a special offer to our listeners, Adam and Eve is giving you 50% off almost any item on their website. That's right, 50% off. And if you act now, you'll also get free shipping. So go to adamandeve.creationworld.com and use the offer code erotica at checkout. That's erotica at adamandeve.creationworld.com for 50% off almost any item and free shipping. Don't wait. This offer won't last very long. The link is in the description. Attention dog lovers. Are you looking for high quality products to spoil your furry friend? Then you need to check out dog.com. Because you see, dog.com is the go-to online store for all your dog-related needs. They offer a huge selection of dog food, treats, beds, and more. Plus, they have products for all types of dogs, from puppies to seniors and everything in between. And the best part, you can shop with confidence knowing that all their products are made with your dog's health and happiness in mind. Dog.com only stocks top-rated brands that you can trust, so you can rest easy knowing your dog is getting the best. And right now, as a special offer to our listeners, Dog.com is doing a big warehouse clearance sale. And all you have to do is go to dog.creatiaworld.com and you can get up to 80% off on all sorts of items like toys, treats, bones, harnesses, bowls, leashes, and anything else you can think of. So go to dog.creatiaworld.com and take advantage of this sale right now. Spoil your furry friend with the best products from dog.creatiaworld.com today. Link is in the description. Are you tired of feeling sluggish and unfocused throughout the day? Then it's time to try Dubby, the ultimate energy source. Dubby is a powerful, clean energy drink that is designed to help you stay alert and focused no matter what life throws your way. Whether you're a student, a busy professional, an athlete, or especially a gamer, Dubby can give you the boost you need to take on the day or the night. It also contains important aminos and vitamins that canned energy drinks simply don't have. And the best part, Dubby is made with high-quality ingredients and is completely sugar-free, maltodextrin-free, and is keto-friendly. So you can enjoy the energy boost without any of the crash, jitters, or angst that comes with traditional energy drinks. Simply mix Dubby with water and you'll have a delicious, refreshing energy drink that can help you power through your entire day. And with a variety of flavors to choose from, including Galaxy Grenade, Beach and Peach, and Dragonade, you're sure to find one that you love. So go to dubby.creatiaworld.com and order your Dubby today. And for a limited time, use code Creatia at checkout to get 10% off your order. That's Creatia at dubby.creatiaworld.com for 10% off. Try Dubby today and feel the difference. The link is in the description.
All right. So thank you, Travis, for those messages from our sponsors. We thank you very much. By the way, I just saw this online right now. If you guys want to play Mortal Kombat 11 and you have Steam and PlayStation, right now it's on sale for $4.99, $5. So go ahead and check that out and download it right now. It's available on the PlayStation Store and on Steam. So go ahead and check that out. Just a quick announcement. So yeah, Will, before we sign off, I got 2 trailers for us to watch. One is apropos because, you know, we were both like very heavily invested in Cocaine Bear. So we have one, a Cocaine Shark. But we're going to start things off with this Flash trailer, which is the final trailer before it releases, according to DC. So let me see real quick. Try to get this. Actually, you know what? Let's watch Cocaine Shark first. I think that's priority number 1.
Cocaine Shark.
Yes. Volume up.
Working for a
king. Yeah, I can hear it. You were good.
Tons of mafia and drug money fueling his big campaign, HT25. The serum started failing, resulting in freaks of nature, horrible creatures created by its side effects.
That's awesome.
Change of plans. Because of the lab explosion? Missing test animals?
We had an accident at the lab, an explosion. The remaining specimens were either destroyed in the explosion or escaped.
Yes.
Why would you dive into the water?
Because he needs his drugs.
I think I saw something in the water. I think it was a shark.
It was a cocaine shark. Cocaine.
Okay. So it looks like it was just like a spoof or something. It's kind of like a parody movie that looks like it's coming out.
I don't care what it is. I'm going to watch it.
I believe you will. I believe you. So we'll see. You watched Cocaine Bear already, right?
Loved it. Every second of it. It was hilarious.
I still need to watch it. Is it available on video on demand or like streaming?
It's on Peacock.
Is it on Peacock?
I'm 90% sure it's either Peacock or Amazon Prime. You definitely have access to it. It's hilarious.
Okay. All right.
The best part about it, I'm just going to spoil it, okay? It has nothing to do with the plot line. The bear does a line of coke off of an amputated arm.
What? Did he amputate this arm himself?
He did himself. He did it. He's a an equal opportunity bear. But he ripped the arm off, and then there was the residual narcotics. So the bear was like, I may as well take a bump before I massacre more people.
You know what? I mean, he's efficient if nothing else. Bears. He's efficient if nothing else. All right, let's watch this Flash trailer now.
Hi. I love you. Thank you.
Patching you into Mr. Wayne.
No, please don't.
I need you here now, Barry. So you're saying you could travel back in time?
But Bruce, I can fix things. I can save people. I can save my mom. I can save your parents.
That demon.
Destroy everything.
Love you, Mom.
I love you too. So how was it this week? How's school?
School was good. Oh,
this is mad trippy. Dude, this is catastrophic.
This world must die.
No! I'm not gonna lose her again. It's not Clark.
My name is Kara. I will help you.
Interesting group.
Want some help? Wait, he's Batman?
You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts.
We're in uncharted territory.
Batman, what do we do?
We try not to die.
Are you ready?
Ready.
Let's go.
You have fancy friends.
No, it was an Uber. Oh, exec.
All right, so not bad of a trailer, not bad. You get a little bit more of an idea of why there's two Barrys. So he just traveled to this isn't time travel. This is an alternate timeline where he's still the Flash, but he still has his parents there. Michael Keaton is Batman for some reason, so we still don't know if he's Bruce Wayne or Thomas Wayne. So there's that. The fact that he didn't knew that he was Batman leads me to believe that he's not playing Bruce Wayne, and which is why we also have Ben Affleck there playing Bruce Wayne. And then Kara being there instead of Clark makes sense for the simple fact that, like, if you watch the Flashpoint Paradox movie, just one minor thing replaces someone with someone else. Like the whole butterfly effect. It goes back to Travis Scott. Apparently, that was a Travis Scott song that I just went over my head. Like I missed the entire butterfly.
See, that was the butterfly effect for this episode. The first thing we talked about to the last thing we talked about.
Exactly. So I don't know how to feel about Michael Keaton right now because I can't take him seriously, at least the older portrayal of Michael Keaton, because I keep seeing those TikToks and those reels of him in that movie about McDonald's where he's like, let me get a cheeseburger and my fries and the Coke. It's like, okay. And he gets his Coke and was like, what is this? It's your food. And he's like, well, are you sure? He's like, yeah, that was so fast. I'm like, yeah, and now it's here. Where do I eat it? I don't know, in your car, in the park, wherever you want. And Michael Keaton is just so baffled by the concept of like not sitting down at a restaurant and taking forever to get his burger that he's just so like fly. I don't know. Ever since, and that's all I think about Michael Keaton is him ordering McDonald's for the first time. That's all I think about with Michael Keaton.
I love Michael Keaton as Batman. That's who I think of.
With Batman, I think of Kevin Conroy, the voice of the animated series Batman. That's who I think of because that's who I grew up with.
For sure.
Yeah. Plus, he's in everything. He was in the Arkham games. He was in the Batman Arkham games. He was also in like a lot of the movies as well. I'm excited for it just for Michael Keaton. I don't support Ezra Miller. They are problematic to say the least, but I don't know. I guess I'll see. I might wait till this is on HBO Max before I actually go see it, though.
I have a few hot takes.
Go ahead. You wanna list them off before we sign off?
For one, I'm not a big DC guy. This will definitely be a watch it when it comes out kind of thing. I'm not into DC, and the biggest takeaway is here. This is why. Is because DC saw how successful the Spider-Man universe was and Into the Spider-Verse and introducing this whole concept that DC said, fuck guys, we better do it. Do it fast. Who can we do this with? And then they were like, Flash. We're going to make him open up parallel universes so we can introduce other Batmans and other Supergirls. And it's like, we got this 2 years ago, guys.
Yeah, it was something that already is being explored with Marvel right now with the multiverse, and they did it with Spider-Man, and they're gonna do it again now with through the multiverse, like across the multiverse, whatever. So
they just put all the Spider-Man stuff in Fortnite too yesterday. They just dropped.
Yes,
I get Miles Morales.
Yes,
skin, and I'm hyped for that.
Yeah, for sure. They added that, so they get in all the Spider-Man hype. Also, like this, have you gotten the Spider-Man Whopper yet?
I have not. No.
I'm gonna get that. There's a Burger King right next to my job, but I want to go to like a one that I trust a little bit more, you know. But
I you trust about a Burger King, Vince.
Well,
it's like a shady neighborhood, so it's not necessarily the food?
It's not that it's in a shady neighborhood. It's just that the staff consistently is being rotated and fluctuates, so it's like the consistency of the food isn't always there. Like I'll go in and order, let's say I order a double cheeseburger, right? I order a double cheeseburger, and then the buns are room temperature or and not toasted at all or not warm at all. Sometimes I feel like sometimes I'm missing the slice of cheese. Then I'll go in with the fries. Sometimes they're too salty. Sometimes they're not salty enough. They have no flavor to them. It's just it's a very much an inconsistency. Sometimes I'll get like a chicken sandwich, and there's like very little lettuce in there. It's like little like tiny like.
Or they put half a gallon of fucking mayo on top of it.
Yeah. Oh my god. There's no in between. So I just gotta. I'm gonna go to like a more suburban Burger King and see if that helps fix the issue.
I'm that way with my Taco Bell. I have one very specific Taco Bell that I eat at in town.
There's a Taco Bell right next to the Burger King.
There's a Taco Bell literally like a mile down the road from the house, and it's the only Taco Bell I'll eat at. And I stop there anytime. It's like, what are we gonna get? You know, Taco Bell.
Yeah,
it's my go-to fast food.
There's one in Humboldt Park that I've always gone to when I was a child growing up, and when I was still living in Humboldt Park. That's the one I like to go to. So if I'm in the area, I'll probably go there. Also, I just kind of want a Spider-Man crown.
I want a Spider-Man crown.
You know what? When I'll get a Spider-Man crown, you get a Spider-Man crown. And next time we do Creatia Conversation, we'll both wear it together.
Instead of ball caps, we'll wear our crowns. I like it.
Yeah, instead of ball caps, we wear crowns because we're kings. And if you want more of this royal content, you should go ahead and check us out. And support us on patreon.com/Creatia World, where if you donate $1 to Patreon, you get Multiverse with Mara and Travis, which they just did Flashpoint Paradox, so in anticipation of the release of the new Flash movie. So it has a lot of parallels and similarities in the story plot there. So go ahead and check it out. You watch the newest episode, but you also get the back catalog as well available. If you want more wrestling content, like Will, you like to watch the heyday and the old school wrestling of WCW, just to name a few, you have the Warner Matt Ritter and Travis once again talking on Return to Wrestling. They're covering all the old school WCW stuff. They just passed, I think, Halloween Havoc 97, if I'm not mistaken. So they're after 97 and onward. So there's that. Go ahead and check that out. So you get the free catalog, and there's other tiers as well that you can subscribe to as well. If you want to watch us after the fact for free, though, you can go to pornhub.com/model/Creatia World, where you can subscribe to us there. Give us a like button there. This is where Matt prefers you watch us, after the fact, if you don't watch us live. So after you get off, come and watch Getting Off and all their Pornhub exclusive watch along parodies. So there's that. As well, if you need more links to all the stuff we do, we have Linktree/Creatia World, which gives you the link to all the audio stuff. We also have CreatiaWorld.com, where you get all our player profiles, find out how many tattoos we have, our favorite drinks, what our goals in life, our secret desires, our type, our zodiac signs, and all that other jazz. And to get more information from us, to know when we're live, you should follow us on the social media, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. It's all universal at It's Creatia World. Turn on bell notifications so you know when we go live. So if you don't have the bell notifications on either Twitch or YouTube, you'll know when we go live, because we tweet and we post when we go live on there. So go ahead and check that out. We're also on Facebook.com for all the older gentlemen and ladies out there, Facebook.com/Creatia World. We have groups there. We have Facebook.com/groups/Them Dragons, where they talk about House of the Dragons, Game of Thrones over there. Then we also have the wrestling Facebook group, Facebook.com/groups/SmackDown, where we have a live chat for every single live wrestling show. Check that out. Shout out to Mike. Thank you once again. As for me, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at SESvince. The link tree in my bio takes you to everything Creatia World, Get Your Podcast, Straight Talk, and Smacking the Raw. We are live every Fridays with Smacking the Raw right here on Creatia World's YouTube and Twitch, 11 p.m. Eastern Central Standard Time, midnight Eastern. So go ahead, check that out. And if you want to support me, just go to my YouTube, youtube.com/SESvince, and subscribe. I do videos there too. We're going to be doing AEW brand splits between me and Katie Kinsey Bay. I will be drafting for AEW Collision. She'll be drafting for AEW Dynamite. We'll be doing a brand split there. So it'll be available on my YouTube. So go ahead and check that out for the video version. Will, plug yourself, my man. Thank you once again. First and foremost, thank you for joining me. It's always a pleasure. It's always a fun time. But let everyone know where they can find more of you.
Vince, first and foremost, I want to thank you for letting me invade your space. Always.
Oh, you're not invading. You're just adding.
However you look at it, I appreciate you. I appreciate Travis and Matt for allowing me in the honorary use of It's Creatia World. If you want to find me outside of this realm, check my link tree at the Will Gray. You can find my botch bots and share shot stuff. You can find my World Championship wreckage, which is my WCW primer. And starting in June, you'll be able to find me on the Bloodline Entertainment Network as one of their senior writers and editors starting next month. So check my link tree at the Will Gray. You'll find me everywhere.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect. So for the Will Gray and myself, this has been the Creatia Conversation. We'll be back in
2 hours.
2 hours with Travis and Bridget talking with State of Play, PlayStation. Hopefully talking some Spider-Man. I'll be watching. You should be watching too. Once again, reminding you that is youtube.com/Creatia World. And no, not Pornhub. We're not going to be live there one day. And twitch.tv/Creatia World. We're going to be live there. Check it out. If not, we'll be back tomorrow with more Creatia Conversation. Later, y'all. Have a good one.
Bye.